Today, the Medicaid has been updated, so anybody who's a Medicaid member can come into a pharmacy and pick up emergency contraception off of the shelf and take it to the pharmacy counter and check out and have it covered for no cost.
The State Department of Health Services officials issuing a standing order today granting access to over-the-counter emergency contraception from any Medicaid-enrolled pharmacy in the state. It comes after Governor Evers announced plans to expand access during his State of the State address earlier this week. As for day-to-day contraceptives, the Food and Drug Administration approved the first daily oral contraceptive pill for use without a prescription, which will be available online and in stores later this year and will also be covered soon under this order.